not sure. If you've got any questions at any time, just put it in the chat or just talk on your microphone and we'll go. So I'll try and race through this. There's a lot to get through, so let's not make it last forever. So let's start from, I think the last update I probably gave you was like the end of last year. So first of all, apologies for that. Things have been changing a lot. You know, just constant pivots and changes, just trying to deal with things that happen to us. And it's just been very difficult to, you know, give you any kind of meaningful updates. Just as I'm preparing, I'm thinking I might give them an update, something changes again, you know, a week later and a week later. So it's just been difficult to really do meaningful updates, and we have been changing a lot. You know, but when we last spoke, we were doing the social media platform. We gave that a damn good go. You know, the development was going okay. Yes, there was bugs. It was taking a lot longer than we thought, but that's development. You know, we were making progress. The thing we really struggled with that social media platform was getting traction, was just getting it sticky. You know, it was actually getting users. We had the beta version online from July. Yes, it had some bugs, but, you know, we were getting through them. But we just could not get people to stick around. It was hard to attract users to the news feed and to the business pages and the profile pages. And it was even harder to keep them there. You know, a social platform without a big mass of people on there is very difficult. And we didn't have any kind of marketing budget to, you know, promote it with. And, you know, we didn't have any budget to list BXR and do liquidity for BXR. So that wasn't getting us any kind of interest on that side of it. So it was just really difficult to get any kind of stickiness going with the, you know, the social media platform. Then February happened, you know, Ukraine got invaded, and what had been, you know, an average development team that was, Chris, Sonia says, I cannot hear you any longer.
I can hear you fine, so.
Okay, Mark says he can. Right, I'll just, my audio is fine. Right, I'll keep going. So yeah, the invasion happened with Ukraine. You know, what was an average development team that was going okay, you know, we just couldn't work with them after that. They were all fragmented. Half of them were in bomb shelters. Half of them were in BNN listed. You know, the continued development of the platform really wasn't practical. But to be honest, we were struggling so much with just getting that stickiness of the thing that a lot of the advice we got from people that are knowledgeable in that area was saying, you've got to stop with the news feed, with, you know, the profile pages, trying to be the social platform. What's working the best on there? And it was the content. You know, we had that blog, the blog side of it, where we were producing content, we were producing the covers, and that was by far the most interesting side of it. It was where all the traffic went. It was really all that happened. So we made the decision to just focus on content. The whole social side of it was too difficult to develop, but it was we were getting there with the development, but it was too difficult to market, especially with no budget and, you know, BXR not doing great. So we decided to focus on the content. I can take questions about this later. I'm just filling you in with what I did, and, you know, later on you can ask whatever questions about whatever. So focusing on the content allowed us to cut back that development team drastically. We're basically a WordPress website with plugins now, like 60% of websites online, but we really decided it was the content creation we were doing, not the development, that was the value. So Blockster's now become this lifestyle kind of magazine, online magazine that you could describe it as, but really it's a strong brand. We're still going for this brand within crypto that focuses on crypto pop culture and crypto lifestyle. There's really nobody doing that well right now. A lot of the crypto media, they focus on that dry content, that, you know, that stuff about which blockchain's better, and you know, the technical stuff, and we're really focusing on, you know, the celebrities, the premium mainstream brands, what the, you know, sports stars, what musicians are doing with crypto, that whole pop culture side that really isn't being done in crypto. That everyone that we speak with about this loves the concept of it. The actual creation of the content itself, we're kind of there, we almost got there. We did have a production company, a music company that was going to partner with us. I'll explain more about that later. That for various reasons that just fell apart right now, but we've got another one lined up. Let me just see if I can just put that one up. I didn't think to show you that. Edison, I think it is. Yeah, this is the one. So this company here is a big content company in LA, and they're launching a site called Cryptocurrency News Network. They're raising $20 million for it. This is like a serious LA content creation company. They've got about 500 people. They work with all the top brands. They make TV shows and everything. They're starting Cryptocurrency News Network, which is basically going to be the CNBC of crypto. But they don't want all their content to be too dry. They do want that pop culture lifestyle angle that they're not doing right now. Blockster is the perfect way for them to tap in. They actually contacted us. This was through our most recent networking event with all those investors. So they contacted us, and we're talking with them now about them being our production partner. So we've got the concept of what we want to do. We want to create all this pop culture, lifestyle, crypto content, which is primarily video led. But video led production costs money. It takes expertise. That's what we would be doing with these guys. They would be, providing the full production capabilities. We would be setting up the interviews with the local, celebrities and local crypto people and the mayor and this event and that event. They'd just be providing the production capabilities. So I find out more about that tomorrow. We were so close with the latest one. I don't know what I've told Andy about Enzo. Basically, I got in touch we got these new guys doing our marketing, and they put me in touch with this guy called Enzo. He's a 23-year-old kid. 10 years ago, he bought 33,000 Bitcoin to play in this game. He paid $19 for them, forgot all about it. 10 years later, discovers them. They're worth like $1.4 billion or something fucking stupid. So this kid's just, he's bought 40 supercars. He's just going crazy. I got to speak with him last week. I saw this guy 4 times last week. I pitched him the idea of our Crypto Kings show. Absolutely loves the idea. I said, you could be the main character. He's walking the walk. He's got all the toys. He's got the money. He's got a lot of his friends are the creme de la creme of the crypto rich. So all of a sudden we got the cast for Crypto Kings. I spoke with Bronze Studios that are interested in doing the distribution. They're like, great, get a pilot made and we'll be off. Enzo was all about backing it. I said to Enzo, it's going to cost us about $5 million to back this. He said, not a problem, let's do it. That was all about to close last week. But then someone on our team, it just sounds so stupid me even saying this, someone on our team felt very threatened by the fact we were getting this new production company along with Enzo, and they were going to lose their job. And they just I don't even know what they said to Enzo. They've just started talking all kinds of nonsense, and the deal fell through. And I still can't even get him to return my texts or calls. So all of a sudden, just this great partnership that we had lined up all the way up till Friday of last week, just suddenly disintegrated. So that's the game changer, because really we were depending on that 5 million coming in. I've now got these guys, Edison. I'm talking to these guys. These guys might be a replacement, so we might be okay. I think these guys might invest, but that's just a think. So that just lets you know where we are right now with the funding situation. Up until Friday, we thought we'd made it, and this is it. We're going to be making the TV show. We're fully funded. As of Monday, we realized that's not going to happen, and we're pretty short of money again. Let me get to the. Let me show you the pitch deck, just so that we're all up to speed with exactly what Blockster is right now. We can talk about what we're going to do, but let me just get you up to speed with exactly what we are at now, because I know things have changed. I do apologize for the constant changes, but we are just constantly dealing with things tending to go wrong, and always a lack of money. We don't have any money for fun, for marketing ever, for liquidity of BXR, etc. So it is always difficult. We all are always trying to pivot to something easier or cheaper or more likely. So like I say, we're focusing on just the content creation now. So the development side of it has gotten a lot easier, and we're focusing on crypto lifestyle, crypto pop culture. You know, there's just a lot of people, all the premium mainstream brands, fashion houses, rappers, you know, celebrities, singers, they're all getting into NFTs in a huge way, and no one is really covering that. The crypto media is still stuck in, you know, their old ways. That it's still very much about the technical side of it. So Blockster is just going to be that mainstream brand that covers that intersection of crypto and pop culture. So we're going to cover, it's mostly lifestyle focused, you know, high fashion, metaverse, gaming, like I said, pop culture, video-led content is very important. A lot of celebrity spotlights, the celebrities that are dropping their NFTs. We're going to have a members-only club, which I think is going to be our main source of income. We can get to that later. We're going to have edgy, you know, investigative journalism about the rug pulls and the scams. The metaverse real estate is a huge business now. So just covering a lot of the stuff that people aren't covering yet and that the mainstream is going to be interested in. And just, you know, an idea of the size of this potential market. By 2024, revenues in the metaverse are going to be 800 billion. By 2030, it's going to be 13 trillion. And this is just mostly going to be premium mainstream brands, celebrities, singers, sports stars doing NFTs. You know, it's all going to be clothes, fashion, things like that. Avatar skins, how you dress them is just going to be a massive, massive business. And all those mainstream brands and celebrities are going to want places to advertise. It's going to be a very, very saturated market. Everyone's getting into NFTs because, let's be honest, it's money for old rope. Nike just makes a bunch of shit, calls it NFTs and sells it for 37 grand. It's everybody is getting into NFTs because it's a massive, massive business that's just free money right now. Blockster's going to be at the center of that world. I think we can, you know, you look at the numbers of the direct competitors. Cointelegraph's only got 11 million visitors a month. That to me doesn't sound like a lot, you know. And personally, I don't like Cointelegraph. It's a crappy kind of brand. I just don't like them. CoinDesk 8 million, you know, Decrypt 2 million. These are very, very low. I think Blockster, with its appeal to the masses, could become actually the world's leading publisher for crypto-related content. The Blockster ecosystem consists of the Blocksters.com website. We've got Blockster TV, which is going to produce the TV shows, which I'll get to a bit later, and just the general content. We've got the Blockster token. We've got the Blockster magazine, which is digital and print. We're not going to start that until next year. Blockster mobile app. We've not started development of that yet. That's going to be like a 6-month job to get that right. We've got the makers of the Wall Street Journal's app lined up to do that, and the Blockster Club, which is going to be our membership club. So Blockster.com, the website, just, you know, this kind of content, video interviews, celebrity spotlights, etc. Blockster TV, the main thing was Crypto Kings. That was going to be our big show. That was with Enzo as the lead. That just fell apart for some reason. So this is back to being on ice. Crypto Cribs, we can kind of get this. We've got a few people lined up. We've got DJ Khaled has agreed that he'll show us around one of his houses. We've got the CEO of the Near Protocol. He's got 4 mansions. He's going to show our guy around. We've got like a crypto rapper. I don't know if you've heard of Cassius Kube. He's like a rapper that does crypto-related songs. So he's going to be the host for our Crypto Cribs show, basically just going around crypto-rich people's houses. That could be, you know, that's the kind of thing that could have mass appeal. Certainly could do very well on our YouTube, you know, on our YouTube station. So they're the 2 ideas we've got for the TV shows, with more ideas really that could come. The Blockster token, again, we haven't had money to list this anywhere or to do liquidity. So unfortunately, the Blockster token is just languishing right now. Very easily savable. You know, we put 50 grand into, you know, liquidity, we could get that back up to 20, 25 cents easily. If we could get it on a decent exchange like KuCoin or OKX or something, which we may be able to do with, you know, a sponsorship deal on Blockster, then that would absolutely pop. The Blockster token is basically going to be for our club members. It's going to be how you gain status and access to the higher levels of the club by staking BXR. It's also got that 20% revenue share, and advertisers can also use it. but that's kind of been on ice right now because we just don't have any resources for it. The network growth, we've got here partners. We've got a whole bunch of partners. Revenue streams is going to be paid subscriptions. Is going to be that membership club. Advertising, which takes all kinds of forms. Website ad banners, sponsored articles, videos, social media promotions. We can do events for people. Product placement. The print magazine, which we're going to start next year. Full marketing packages for crypto projects. The mobile app, we've also got a big email list, and e-commerce too. We can create and JV with digital products. We can do NFT collaborations with artists. We can sell BXR, and we can sell, caps and cups and hoodies and all kinds of things. So paid subscriptions, advertising, e-commerce. That's really what Blockster is going to be. We're going to be a high traffic, crypto destination site, making money from subscriptions, advertising, e-commerce. It's not, it's nothing revolutionary. It's easy to develop. We get the right content producing partner on side. We're already plugged into Miami. People love the brand that we've got. We've got the brand right. We do get some things right. We get a lot of things wrong, but we do get some things right. We have got a very good looking, strong brand, and the name is good. Blockster, Blockster.com. We do have the makings of something great here. I'm going to go through these revenue projections in a little bit if you want me to. Right now, the offer is that we're selling 10% equity of Blockster Holdings for $2 million. With Enzo last week, this was at the original $5 million price, and now that's fallen through. In kind of an emergency to raise funds. We just missed the payroll for the US team, so the US team has just effectively quit on me. So the timing is the Enzo deal falling apart. We kind of just made it. We'd finagled it. We just needed to close it, and then someone just started talking a whole bunch of shit and destroyed the whole deal, and it's really put us in a pickle. So we're trying this deal right here, half price deal. You act before June the 6th. We'll basically give you half price. So we'll be selling 10% for $1 million. So, and for the people on this call, if you want to go even cheaper than that, I'm open to all suggestions. We do need to raise money right now to just keep paying the wages. We're at that point where, we've just been running on empty for so long. We don't really go another week without raising 200 grand. We do need 200 grand right now to keep the oils wheeled. Things are, the wheels are starting to wobble. They're going to start coming off if we don't get 200 grand. That 200 grand is not, throwing good money after bad. We do have that Edison partnership lined up. This guy, check these guys out. These are the real deal. We do have these guys lined up. We are plugged into the Miami scene. We do have, a lot going on as a brand, but we got to pay people. It's just at that point where, you just can't not pay people. And we've just lost the American side of the team. The Ukrainian side of the team that we've still got, the design team, they're really good. We've actually got a really good design team. The look and feel of the site of what we've got is really, everything at this point. But if we can't pay those guys, we're going to lose them this week, by the end of this week. And that's when, that's when it becomes hard to recover. Right now, we're on empty, but we can recover that. We can keep that core design team. If we lose that core design team, it's going to be very difficult. So let me get to, I was just looking at that. So let me get to these numbers. So do you guys want me to go over the financial projections right now, or do you want me to stop and take some questions, suggestions, comments? How do you want to do it? So Sonia's saying financial projections. So let me just carry on. I'll just go straight into this, and then we can just do the questions and answers at the end then. All right. So these, again, we did have some higher figures when we were going to raise 5 million. We had a budget to do all kinds of stuff. We had a 2 million budget just for the TV show. We had a $1 million budget for marketing. We had $1 million for BXR liquidity. We had $1 million for content creation. Now that we're only asking for $1 million, and to be honest, we'll just take whatever we can fucking get right now. The projections that we're putting are lower because we just, again, we're just not going to have that marketing budget. Even if we raise that $1 million, we're going to, it's a good 6-month runway. And in that 6 months, we can produce a lot of good content and we can build up the traffic organically. We know exactly how to fix our social posting. With $1 million budget for 6 months, with the course we're on right now, producing the type of content we're producing right now, it's going to work out. But that's like 150 grand a month, which doesn't give us much room for marketing budget. So I've revised the revenues down. So basically year 1, 1.7 million revenues, year 2, 8 million, year 3, 19 million. The monthly website visitors, this time next year would be at 927,000 visitors per month. After year 2, this is June 2024, we'll be at 3 million visitors per month. And after year 3, 3 years from now, we'll be at almost 8 million visitors per month. I think they're very conservative estimates. A few good viral videos, a few good collaborations with a big celebrity or two. I think we can certainly get those numbers higher than that. So very conservative numbers that we've really got here. But in a year's time, we're still not even going to be having 1 million visitors a month. I think that's very conservative. How do we get to those? So we go to the financials. So here we're projecting, here's the revenues. July 2022, we're projecting we're going to get to 68,000 revenue. And then this is the revenue at the top for every month going forwards. You can see that creeping up. How are we doing that? Static display advertising. We've got sponsored articles. We've got social media promotions, affiliate marketing, marketing packages, which also includes events. We're setting up an event now. Which I think that we're going to do an event. We've got like 5 sponsors lined up. I think we're going to get like 50 grand for the sponsorship. It costs 25 grand to do the event, so it's not it's not a great deal, but it is something. And this is what we're aiming for here. This is our expenses right now. This is 144,000 per month. This is actually a lot less than it was when we had the big development team and the big marketing team that we were never actually ready for. This breaks down as 82,000 in payroll expenses. I'll break that down in more detail in a second. It's 3,000 just for software cloud services. It's events, the event space and events marketing comes out at 29,000 a month. The content creation going at 1,000 a day is about 23,000 a month. We really want to ramp this number up because with video cameras and things and various different things going on, this could go a lot higher. This is why we need to partner with that content creation company, but that's what we're on right now. Other expenses, 6,800. So it comes out, the monthly expenses right now are 144,000 per month. That's what we need to pay everybody and keep going and have content creation. We have the event space that we can make money from, and we're getting, we've got marketing for traffic. So that's where we're at right now. If we go to platform metrics, you'll see right now we've got 50,000. We're saying 50,000 monthly website visitors. We were up to 500,000 when we were media buying. We can't be media buying anymore because we just don't have the money for it. We just literally the money is all gone. So media buying has stopped. So monthly website visitors is down. Subscribers on the mailing list is still 380,000. This was going to be about the club membership. We're pausing on this club membership. So you'll see I've put the numbers, club members like a 0. I couldn't put it as 0 because it'd break the spreadsheet. So basically club membership, I'm saying that in the first year, we get nothing. It's, it's basically nothing here. The club membership is going to kick in a year. We get the traffic up, we get the brand up, we get everything going. Then the club membership kicks in and we get thousands of people joining up. So the revenue figures that we've got are the first year the club membership is 0. The website visitors is still very low. We start at 50,000 and we creep up slowly up to 927,000 by the end of the year. And the email list, we're at 380,000 now. We're saying that's going to be like 470,000 by the end of the year. So nothing outlandish there. Very conservative estimates. And then the team roster that we've got, we did have a lot of people. We've really cut back. The US team all quitting on us has helped. So there's me and Lydia at the top there. Then we've got Sarah Ruby, art director. Now, if you look at just take a look at this. it's got a look about it, right? It does look nice. It does look really nice. That's not accident. This girl, Sarah Ruby, is actually an editor at Vogue at Condé Nast. She's been Condé Nast for 20 years. She's moonlighting for us just part-time. We got her as a consultant. Unfortunately, we can't afford to keep paying her, but she's sticking around right now. But she's our art director is a Vogue editor, a Condé Nast editor that deals directly with the Gucci advertising account. This girl is what's making Blockster look so cool. Hannah in Ukraine is also, she's the head of all the designers that we've got in Ukraine. Also very, very, very talented girl with graphic design. And just look at, this isn't accident here. Look at these, of all the staff that we've got, design, and not one of these is redundant. We actually need more of these people. So for what we've done well, for what Blockster has, which is how we look, the branding, the kind of thing we're going for, it's very important that we kept these people. Everybody has been let go except the designers. It's very, very important. Apart from that, me and Lydia are the ones that just, figure out how to pay for everything all the time. Lydia's got that concept. Lydia's, Lydia does have that concept of what Blockster should be, that whole pop culture angle that will appeal to the masses. We've got Chris running everything, Bykov head of support, which is important. And then we've got, Max, who's our lead guy, putting the website together. Sarkis just holds everything together, the emails, systems, just all the software systems we've got. And then this guy just helps Max. So we've cut this team down to the absolute bare bones. What you're seeing here is, we can't cut this anymore. Maybe you could get rid of this guy, but this is really an uncuttable team at this point. So the costs that you see on, here, this 144,000, this is as low as we've been able to get it. This is, I might be able to cut 2,000 off it or 3,000 off it, but that 144 a month is about as low as it can go, just so that you know. Okay, do you want to throw in some questions at this point? Anybody? Anybody? No.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hi, Sonia. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey. Hi, how are you? Thank you, Todd, for presenting it. I would be surely also interested in the last year, where do we spend our money? But my more important question at this time is, so what are we doing if we don't get this 200,000 that you need?
That's a good question. So if we don't get the 200,000, the 90,000 of it is to pay the wages of the team that we really need to keep. If we don't pay that, the team starts to disintegrate very quickly. So if we don't pay that, we've lost the graphic team. Without the graphic team, it's really hard to keep it look like it's going. The event space we would also probably lose. If we don't get 200,000 in the next few days, it's pretty much all going to unravel. If we do get the 200,000, that takes us through to closing this partnership with these guys. If we don't close that partnership with those guys, we've got a chance of somebody else. That 200,000 isn't just good money after bad. That takes us through for another month. And we've certainly got some irons in the fire in that month. We're right in the middle of the scene in Miami right now. We've got another event planned this month that's going to be another 100 millionaires and a few billionaires in our place. They do like us. The events that we've done are cool. There's just things going to happen. We're that close. Last week we were that close to just landing this billionaire. I just cannot tell you the kind of bullshit that happened with just nonsense high school stuff that just completely scuppered the whole deal. So we were so close, and we're going to get there. Blockster, people like the idea of Blockster. They like how it looks. We are going to find that content production partner, and when we do, we're going to fly. But without $200,000 in the next few days, I don't know what's going to happen, because we're going to lose everybody. The US team just left because we were paying those through a recruiting company. So with the Ukrainians, we were just paying everybody directly through crypto. Ukrainians will take anything. You know, it's like dealing with Ukrainians that you just deal with them. Americans are a lot more difficult to deal with. They're very entitled. They need their 401k. They need their insurance. They need this. They need that. We had to hire Americans. We had to go through this recruiting company that basically took care of payroll, and we were paying that company that paid the Americans. We missed the payroll payments, but I was saying, just give me a few more days. Just let me raise some money. I'm going to raise some money from somewhere. Just give me a few more days, and I'll pay you. But he followed the letter of the law and told all the employees that we've missed our payroll payment and they should stop working for us, and just a whole bunch of nonsense, just unnecessary nonsense. Completely spooked the whole team, and they just quit. And two of them have just gone psycho on us. Two of them have really just shown their character, and they logged into Twitter and started deleting posts. They this morning, Adina and Gabby of all people, logged into our Instagram and deleted everything. Just nonsense going on. They contacted the investor that was going to, Enzo, the billionaire kid that was going to back us. I don't even know what they told him about me. He's not even answering my calls anymore. So that's what I'm dealing with right this minute. Our Instagram content got deleted about half an hour before this call. So I'm just dealing with a bunch of nonsense right now. But if we don't raise that 200 grand, that nonsense is just going to spiral out because we're not.
Okay, Adam, my question is also, when you say normally we had revenue, right, every month. So how much revenue do you have? Because all the financials that I saw is only for the next quarter.
Right.
So how much are we getting every month inside to pay some of these bills?
So that's the other thing that changed. The big thing that's changed recently is I was getting revenue from minting and selling Digitex tokens. So we were always short of money, but we had Digitex. I could mint Digitex, I could sell them. So that's where the money was coming from. While we were trying to get backers, we weren't managing it. Digitex was paying for the whole show. Now, unfortunately, Digitex recently got delisted from KuCoin. KuCoin said we're getting too many complaints from our users about this being a scam, so we're going to delist it. So that KuCoin was basically the most liquid exchange that Digitex was on. That cut the Digitex faucet off completely, and that's been the death knell for us because we haven't managed to get the revenues going yet before the Digitex faucet stopped. So that's what's changed. May 28th, KuCoin delisted Digitex. All of our income went to zero.
So when I'm hearing you need the money, what is the next step, what you're currently doing to get that inside?
So this month we've got an event planned, another meetup. The last one was a huge success. We had like 3 billionaires at our last meetup. Just everybody there was just very high level kind of people in Miami. We've got another one of those lined up. We're going to make I think we're going to make about $25,000-$30,000 profit off that one. So we've got that. I believe that we're going to get a couple of sponsorship deals this month. I don't know how big they're going to be. They might only be 5,000 or 10,000 deals. I'm not sure about that. This month, as far as revenues, I think we've got a chance of making 150. It's certainly not guaranteed. I think the month after that and the month after that, I think we're gonna hit numbers like that. But this month, I'm hoping to get funding from these guys, this company here. So revenues for this month are going to be the event that we're going to do and whatever we can get investment from this company, plus whatever sponsorships and advertising we can get. And we do have a couple of good, partners lined up. I don't know if you know about TCG World. It's basically going to be the biggest, best metaverse in the world. The co-founder of TCG World, he was round at our place. I've met him a few times last week. He's really keen on what Blockster is, and he wants to bring all of the partners, the brands and everything that have been buying land in TCG World. They've sold 60% of their land. He wants to bring all those partners across to Blockster. So if we can get all of those, partners sponsoring Blockster and advertising on Blockster, that would just be a massive influx of paying partners immediately. So again, we get him, will be good. What revenue has Blockster generated outside of Digitex sales? We've been generating. We had some sales from BXR tokens. All that time that we were focused on building the social media platform, we weren't chasing advertising deals. So really, the revenues took a back seat to the development thing. Now that we've focused on what Blockster is becoming, this publication online, video led. That's now we're gonna chase the advertising revenues and sponsorship revenues, but we don't have those. We don't have those coming in right now. We've just not been ready. We're only just ready now. Right now is when it's actually starting to make a lot of sense and to look right. So we don't have those revenues yet. Those revenues will come, and I think very quickly. And I think the events that we do, we are making an impression locally. In Miami, we are making an impression. People do know us. People do like us. And Miami is the crypto capital of the world. We do have a direct line through to the mayor once we are ready. So we conquer Miami. We do succeed, and we are going to conquer Miami. We just, it's always the thing. We just need one more month. We just need one more month. Any other questions, comments, suggestions?
Adam, it's Paul. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Can you just talk us through a little bit more about your pivot to the new video and what the rationale for that was?
There was a couple of things. Firstly, going content only is easy from a development position, from a development point of view. And me and development haven't gotten on well. Development is just a very, very difficult exercise. It's expensive. It's slow. It just gets us away from development. Going for the social media platform, it is technically it's a very complex thing to build and maintain, and it's expensive to maintain as well with the servers. So technically, and from a development perspective, it's much, much easier. The second one is that's where all the interest in crypto is these days. The video led allows us to do that pop culture lifestyle kind of angle with all the fashion houses, the brands, the celebrities, the singers. We can do little interviews with them. We can chop them up into 30-second clips for our socials. We're going to start posting on socials 6 times a day. We can make the membership side of it. We can have the longer videos available in the members only club. We can have videos on the website. Just video is so important these days, and for pop culture and lifestyle videos especially good. So I think it's just the nature of the audience that we're going for. We're going for the mainstream. We don't want to be a technical site about crypto. I just think that's just a much better angle for our target audience.
Okay, and just going back to your point, if you can you just clarify one point then? You need to raise $200,000 in the next 2 days. Can you just quickly talk us through? You're saying there's a bit of revenue coming in, but that falls short of the 200,000. I think it's quite worrying that if you don't raise 200,000, what the consequences of that will be for everyone.
Right, I know. Like I say, up until Friday, we just made it. We just made it. We've been juggling for God knows how long. There's been a constant shortage of money the whole time. That's just how we roll. The thing that really tripped us up here was the American recruiter that told the staff that I'd missed the payroll thing, even though it wasn't due until later. That spooked them. That got that just set off a whole chain of events that just spooked this investor. But we had him. We were that close. I still can't understand what has happened because we had him. So I know we're going to get someone else. We've got this company here. I know we're going to get. If we don't get them, I know another content company is going to be interested. They're interested enough to be considering this, to be thinking about it, to be almost pulling the trigger. Something is going to happen. So, you know, if we do raise the 200, it's going to be fine. If we don't raise the 200, it's going to be difficult to, we're just going to lose everybody. We can't expect people to stick around and when we're not paying them, you know. If we lose all the people, then it's these people here. It's, you know, me and Lydia, we're like crocodiles. We'll be fine. But this girl, she needs paying. All of these people, if we lose these people, you know, Chris is fine. Chris will hang around. You know, this is like the die-hard guys around here. These aren't going to go, but it's this crowd here, the designers. If we don't raise this 200, we're going to lose these people, and that really is the heart and soul of Blockster. If we have to rebuild that team or keep it going, you know, running on empty, just bumping along until we find investment, without these people, it's going to be difficult. So, yeah, if we don't raise the 200, it's, you know, it's looking grim because we're going to lose everybody.
It's very difficult to understand how we've got to this position, and you know, no one really knew this position was going to arise up till now.
But we've never had. When have we ever had any money? We've never had any money.
Well, how much? Hold on a minute. How much have we raised, or how much have we raised in Blockster over the last 2 years? I mean, there's been probably, you know, you tell me, but what, $2.5 to $3 million probably raised, and you know, right. It'd be interesting to find out.
No, this is the cheapest we've ever run right here. Look at, you know, this is just the costs of running. We were running at, you know, over twice that when we were trying the social media platform. You know, we were spending $400,000 a month at the peak there in Ukraine. We had a huge office with, you know, 65 people in it. We really hit it hard trying to get that social media platform right. And we just couldn't get it sticky. We couldn't get it to be of the quality that we needed, and we couldn't get it sticky. But, you know, the money has been spent on development, marketing, you know, keeping the support staff going. You know, it goes.
I think, Todd, Adam, sorry. I think what is important, we want to understand also, how do we come to the position? And I think that was also my point of my email. We need to be a rigor on the financials. And what is our lessons learned? What should we have done different? I don't think we in this call, and I appreciate that you are very, very involved and engaged, and you know all the details, but we don't understand how it comes from a quite healthy engagement to a more or less disaster now, because you need the 200,000. Otherwise, you will lose the people, and then we will most probably be stopped for a few months and cannot move ahead. So your revenue will also not come. So how did it come, and what is our lessons learned? And the next thing is we don't understand this situation which led really was what was his name? Enzo, the young guy who could support. So what is our lessons learned that we don't do that again if we find another investor? Because obviously there were dynamics that you were not aware, and they came into that meeting and more or less killed the relationship, right? So I think we need to understand what really happened there, what was said, how can they say that, is there a possibility to recover or not? And then what is the lessons learned in the future?
Right. I mean, I was wanting to do this meeting to you. This was supposed to be, you know, glory. I was supposed to be telling you, hey guys, sorry for the lack of updates, but we made it. I just landed millions of dollars. We're going to do this, this, and this. That was what this meeting was supposed to be. So my lesson from what happened is, I mean, I don't know what the lesson is, because it was members of my own staff that turned against me and started just talking in people's ears. I don't know how you stop that from happening, because all of my staff knew all his people, because we were seeing each other at events, You know, we were doing content together. We were introducing people to. It was all just one and the same group. So I don't know that we could have done anything different. It was just someone that realized that her job was going to go. We were getting a production company that was going to do the production. She was doing our video stuff. Gabby's sister. She's just a useless, horrible woman. And she realized this was going to threaten her job, and she's gone and just talked a load of shit to everybody and completely ruined the deal. So I don't know what lessons you can learn from that. I don't know. How did it get to this position? Again, we were that close away from this not being this position. We kind of made it. We really did have, you know, we really were there. So I'm in a little bit of shock right now that this has happened this way. It's a very unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate event, but so now we have to look into the future and how can we improve it. For the future, I truly think you need a financial expert on your side.
So on that subject, we do have a guy. So we were looking for a CFO. Now, again, with our financial situation, finding a traditional CFO was kind of tricky because there was no actual money. You know, we can't get a $3,000 a day guy that comes in and, you know, there's actually no money. So we do need a guy who understands what the situation we're in and can handle that. Now, and I found one. He's very well connected in the local community. He's a CPA. He's a tax expert with crypto. A lot of his clients are crypto people. Turns out he actually knows Enzo. He's friends with Enzo's financial advisor. He's going to be our CFO. So the financial, you know, any money that does come in future is going to go directly to him. He's going to be keeping the full, you know, accounts and reports of the company in, you know, the way that a trained licensed CPA is going to. So going forwards, you can deal directly with him on finding out every penny that's come in and been spent.
So if he's a friend of Enzo, can he try to recover that situation?
You know, the situation is going to get recovered because whatever this girl said to Enzo, I mean, it's bad because no one's even replying to me right now. But I know that once I get through to them, I'm gonna say, you know, guys, what the hell's going on? You know, what's going on? And I'm gonna speak to them, and they're gonna realize I'm not the big bad devil. Something's gone wrong. Yeah, we run out of money. We've just got another backer. There's no problem. I'm gonna mend the relationship through various different ways in that I've got. It's just right now it's all in flames because somebody's actively going around talking shit. But I will recover that relationship. Enzo will be back.
And have we sent that lady a nice letter that she is somehow overstepping, and that we threatened her with legal obligations because she has to stop that, right?
Right, we haven't done that yet. I mean, it just started yesterday evening, and then this morning our Instagram just got deleted. So we will certainly pursue that after this call. I've just got to see what the hell's going on with her. But yeah, we'll send her a legal letter and just, you know, try and fix it that way. But she's pretending that it's not her. She's not accepting that she's doing any of this. She's pretending that this is all a shock to her too. But we've seen the logs in Instagram. We saw who logged in. We saw the IP. We saw the email address with it. She just doesn't realize we know all that.
I think you've got to try and mend that as best you can, Adam. I think you know, it sounds horrific that your own team members turn against you at the 11th hour. But you know, I think I doubt very much that you will be able to raise $200,000 in the next 2 days. I think that's just, you know, too much of an ask. So I guess the only way forward would be to try to get this investor on side. I mean, you know, it's going to be very difficult then.
Right, it's just difficult because now it's out that, you know, she just she leaked on Telegram the announcement that we made about, you know, we're temporarily out of money. You know, there's a problem with YG. Sorry about that. You know, just the message to the team. She's just put that on Telegram. So she's just causing a lot of drama now. It's like Sona was years ago. There's just a lot of just nonsense drama going on now that spooks anybody that looks at us. You know,
so you need to send her an immediate letter after this call, and it has to be a quite strong voice that she's damaging and that you're holding her accountable financially.
But she's denying it's her. I mean, she's denying it's her. So
it doesn't matter. You send an email and send a letter and sign it, and you don't have to that you do it. You can make it like you will do it.
Right. I mean, obviously we're going to do that, but you know, I don't know what good a letter is going to do. The damage is done. That's the problem. Right now, the fire is still blazing. In a week's time, when I see Enzo or the guys at another event, you know, and I speak to them, it's all going to be just fine. Right now, it's, you know, there's someone pouring gasoline on it right now, and it's just difficult to get through to Enzo and speak sensibly with him because I just don't know what's even going on. So that's the question. Where do we get $200,000 from in, you know, 3 days? Where is somebody? I mean, that isn't a lot of money for what we've got here, you know, for the potential that Blockster still has. You know, if we partner with a big production company, it's still got the potential to be a big recognized brand in crypto. It's going to be worth something. It's going to be worth a lot. You know, when the TV shows kick in, we're just going to be a high traffic destination, you know, making money from e-commerce, advertising, subscriptions. It's plus, you know, the TV franchise stuff. There's significant revenues going to be coming in. They're not revolutionary ways of making money like Digitex was. These are just solid, you know, advertising revenues, paid subscription revenues, e-commerce. It's just going to be a solid business. You know, how much do I have to sell? How much equity do I have to sell to raise 200,000? I can throw in tokens as well. I mean, I need you guys to make me an offer because basically without it, we're going down anyway. So how much do you want, equity and tokens, for $200,000? I'm open to all suggestions. How long does 200,000 last? So the 200,000 is going to last us, you know, in reality, we'll probably get 6 weeks out of that. 6 weeks covers all of the salaries, all of the content creation costs, the event space, you know, marketing. It covers a new hire that we need to make, Matt, who's just, the social media marketing is going to be taken to a new level by this guy called Matt. Things are really going to change in that time. It's going to last 6 weeks. In that 6 weeks, we will make money and we will raise money. This is the cost. Yeah, go on.
I think you need to have a plan, and your concentration for sure is on making money now. Who do you need to make money, and to get more money in? And then maybe some of the other guys you have to put on hold, or you have to tell them they get the tokens or some money, because I cannot see how you raise 200. I mean, I hope you will do it, and I will support. I mean, what we can maybe do also put it on LinkedIn. If one of your marketing guy can send all of us like a LinkedIn, like a LinkedIn marketing, like that we have on Blockster Holding a new equity round or something like this. That would maybe be interesting, but currently with the situation in the whole investment market, I would say no one is really keen in investing more in cryptocurrency. That's
right.
Just
and it's going to take, you know, for new people, you know, that you're finding on LinkedIn, it's going to take weeks to close them. You know, we need someone to send in crypto right now. We need someone that just wants to take a chunk of equity, and you know, this is the opportunity right here. Blockster is the position that Blockster is in right now, if you don't look at the financial side of it, it's never been better. The product has actually never been better. The concept, the angle that we're going at, never been better. It's never been clearer to us what Blockster is, and it's never got a better response. This is an opportunity for someone to swoop in and take a chunk of equity and a chunk of tokens. The token's on its ass right now because we don't have any money to market make or, list it anywhere. That's going to change too. This is a huge opportunity. $200,000 is a small amount of money. It's a huge opportunity for somebody if they can act right now. So, on that note, are there any other questions or suggestions or comments? But yeah, if we don't get that 200, I'm not going to shut anything down, but I can't stop people leaving. It's just gradually just gonna grind to a halt. Even when it does, I'm not stopping. I'm like a crocodile. I don't quit. It's just, if my phrase, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. That's kind of the saying I go by. So, I do make mistakes. I don't always do things the right way they should be done. I realize that, but it's very difficult to get a startup going, when you don't have the money that you need. There is a lot of factors. I'm not going to quit Blockster. Blockster is going to come. I'm going to find funding at some point, and then Blockster can come back. It's just a lot harder to do it if we lose that design team and if we lose that basic core team that we've got.
Adam, I think it's just very difficult for us because I don't think we see really how do we came to that situation? And you are not giving us really an explanation on the financials. And the next 200,000 will only last 6 weeks. So that means it may be, my point is financially, we need to ensure that we have rigor here. And if we see something is not working out 100% or we have only one bet, then we may be in the middle of it. We stop doing some things to reduce some costs. And for sure, we cannot have this craziness in the people, and we have to act like this. But all I'm saying is, I think at this moment, maybe the thing to support, especially from our side, is there anything that you can think about that we could help you in the recovery of the relationship with Enzo, that we can show him that there is an investor group behind you, which is supporting Blockster, which is believing in Blockster. Do you think that could help you here?
Not in the next day or two, because I don't know what's been said to him. I can't even get through to him. So, and on Telegram, there's, they're spreading the story that, Blockster's out of money. The whole old Digitex crowd that hates me, they're all jumping on it. It's just a big shit show right now. So it's just got to die down, and then we'll deal with it. It's just such an unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate. I still can't believe this has happened. We were right there. To let this go now, it's just, we can't let it go now. We have to figure out who has got 200 grand in crypto that they want to turn into, a lot more in a fast period of time. Somebody's got to have 200 grand. It's not a lot of money. That's the thing. How do we get 200 grand from a crypto type person who just says, sure, it's worth a gamble? How do we get through to that person? What is the valuation of Blockster currently as it stands now without revenues? What's the traditional way of valuing that? I mean, what if $200,000 gets you 10% equity and, you know, 1 million BXR tokens? I mean, there's got to be a price. That everything has a price. You know, 200,000 for a Ferrari that's worth 1 million is a cheap price. Someone will take it like that. It's, you know, the 200,000 isn't an issue. It's are you getting value for that? What do you need for 200,000? Make me an offer.
I mean, you can't actually sell equity at any lower price than you took money in the first round without the and this is legally, without the voting rights of every shareholder, and then be matched accordingly down to that lower price. Legally, you can't do that.
Right. So how does that look then? If we sell 10% for 200,000, what do I have to give to you guys?
Value in the company at 2 million. You raise money off everybody else the first round at 25 million.
What? Say that again. I didn't catch that.
If you're trying to sell 10% for $200,000, you're trying to say that the new company valuation is 2 million. But you sold the first round of equity at 25 million.
Right.
So it's less than 10% of that. So everybody needs more than 90% more than the current holding. Plus, I believe some of the investors that invested late last year or this year was at a 50 mil valuation. So they also need to be brought down to that. But in answer to your other question, what's a zero revenue generating company that's gone through a lot of money and heartache and pain? The reality is it's a zero valuation.
That's not the reality.
On paper, well, the only thing you can value is the assets of it. So if it has IP, if the database has value, etc., because that's what people are then investing into. So if you raise money, it has a value because you have a post-money valuation. But you just need to be very, very careful. You can't just say, okay, who gives me this? I'll give you that, because it's not your equity to sell. It's the company's equity, and legally, in any shareholder jurisdiction, not just Gibraltar or the US or anywhere, if you're doing a diluted sale, what's called a down round, everybody has to be brought down with it to that valuation through founders' stock, and they're not diluted. So I just want to be clear that you don't run off and trip yourself up somewhere.
Right. Well, so that
I think I've got to get going shortly because I've got another call to go on. I think you've given everybody a lot to digest, and it is going to take some digesting. I can see I've had several messages come through from several people, which I've not read because they're then cutting off my computer. So no doubt I'm going to field a lot of calls tonight. And I think then once I've had a chat and seen where these people are, find out where their head's at, then we can circle back.
Right. We're close.
I don't think anybody's in a position, looking at the questions that are coming in now, or lack of, I don't think anybody's going to commit to 200,000 or anything on this call. I'm just being honest, rather than sitting there having awkward silences. I think people have got a lot of things to digest. And I think the biggest one, as Sonia's alluded to, is a lot of money has been raised through equity sales, BXR sales, Blockster token sales over the last 2 years. You know, there's a significant amount, and we're currently at zero. And that's through one thing or another, too high costs at some points, pivoting at some points, loss of teams at some points, a number of things. But nobody's actually seen any of these financials. Nobody's been able to look at that and say, okay, that's where it went wrong, that's where it's gone, this is where it's not helped, because there hasn't been the updates come out to investors. So yeah, it's you know, it's a bit of a shot in the arm to a lot of people, I think. So I think we need to take some time, which I appreciate you haven't got a lot of time, but people need to digest this, which is why people aren't going to make a decision.
All right.
Unless anyone feels differently.
I mean, I don't expect a decision now. I'm just laying it out to you. This was supposed to be, you know, the glorious call where I said, sorry about everything, but I just fixed it all. That's what this call was supposed to be. So, you know, but anyway, I appreciate you saying that, Andy. I mean, just, yeah, go away, think about it. Any questions, let me know. I'm going to, you know, I've got 5 other people I'm going to go ask right now, you know, so it's going to work. I ain't stopping. If you could just, you know, if you want to help, that would be really, really good. All right. So should we wrap it up there? Yep. All right. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.